Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the TTE Podcast. I am your host, Hector, and with me are John
Hi.
and Swert.
Yo.
And this episode is gonna be a fucking mess because, well, we weren't actually gonna do an episode because we just got off April Fool's stuff. And honestly, that was
I've
just
been
like,
dead.
yeah. That was like surprisingly a lot.
Yeah, so Swert, how is being dead?
So that's
Yeah.
the thing. Actually, I wasn't so much dead as beaten half to death. But as the meme says, I survived, bitch.
But you've like patched things up with LJ, so that
Oh, absolutely.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out
So
all he
for-
did was change some graphics on the website, and I'm like, oh, that's easy. I got backups.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, this past April Fool's, what we did, well, we had a couple different ideas originally for the joke, but
Oh,
our
jeez.
our original idea for April Fool's was gonna be like, have Maskposting be taken over by TTV like aggressively. We have been planning this since like I want to say February, maybe March, like really early March.
That
Mhm.
sounds about right.
Probably since we uploaded like episode 6 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Mhm.
And of course, I mean, I loved a lot of those ideas, but
Mhm.
as per usual, things kind of got off the rails, didn't they?
Yeah. So, well, I mean, things got off the rails because the community in general, just a lot of shit happened in that time span for TTV.
More happened in that last month than has happened in the last year.
Honestly, yeah, I don't really remember much activity in the community since LJ got fired. Like, that's the last thing I can remember.
I mean, as far as TTV activity, there was a lot in there, but it's subjective. It really is.
Yeah. Like if you weren't into TTV at the time, you weren't like really paying attention and it wasn't relevant to outside of TTV, I guess.
Right.
But yeah.
And I mean, I was there. I have had chats with a lot of the people there,
Mm-hmm. But yeah, since
and I was definitely in the server. But it's
Mhm.
just a matter of, yeah, it's a thing.
yeah, but like because of changes in like their staff changes with people in their channel and how they're managing it, it really changed up the ideas because like we couldn't do the hostile takeover anymore because some of the TTV people were like, we don't want to like paint some sort of rivalry. And then what was our idea after that? Oh yeah, the idea after that was that like try to
You cut out a lot, by the way.
did while buying TTV. I was saying after our original plan just got fucked over, our next idea was to have like a bid war between BSON and Maskposting, so Swert versus me to buy TTV.
Right, and this was after the incident happened and TTV or Pandemic Panda LLC closed. So this was sort of like a perfect opportunity. It's like, yes, they are no longer a thing. We could totally buy them up in a prank.
Mhm.
And it was decided to be like between, BSL1 and Maskposting, because those are, let's face it, the only two we care about here, really.
Mhm.
Well, this is also before RSG like was a thing, like before they dropped.
Officially, this is before RSG officially came public. Yes.
Yeah. We haven't mentioned RSG really is in the server, but we can get it.
We should mention them a little further in the coming months, no doubt.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Like technically speaking, yeah, we have some sort of a partnership going on with them. I'll tell you more about
Yeah.
that after we're done recording, because it runs kind of deep with the Lime joint. But yeah. So
like back on
knowing that this was
April Fools,
Mhm.
and it all seemed like a pretty good idea. And I think at one point we'd wanted to have LJ come in and then just buy everyone, and then we all
Yes.
fire
Yeah,
him.
that was the next part. Before they officially hired him, it would have been like, what did we decide? It was like LJ would come in and just buy him up, and then immediately get fired, because by that point we didn't know what the involvement would be. Because we did not know at the time that LJ would be rehired. But when they did rehire him, that was like, oh, dude, that's perfect. So LJ just buys it up and puts it back the way it was. Well, that was before they announced their prank.
Yeah.
At least to us.
Yeah, it's like, so this motherfucker LJ comes in and just fucks with all our plans at the 11th hour.
Came in, no, you're not wrong. He literally was like
this goofy-looking Miro motherfucker.
Came in Friday evening, said, "Yeah, about your plans, go ahead and cancel them all." I'm like, great. But yeah, they literally announced. Yeah, no, they said it to us because we'd set up a chat room. They're like, "So this is our plan, and we're gonna bring back TTE, and we're gonna bring back," and literally it's like, "Yeah, and we're gonna have all of the members be TTE, and like they're
everyone is LJ
and Far J and Purple J and
okay. I want to say,
what is it? Teen J Injectus.
Yeah, something.
Tenna J Injectus.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that whole video is when like anything that Var J and Purple J said was just like, "Hi Purple J, hi Var J," and just that for like 30 seconds.
Hi Var. No, it was like, "Hi Var, hi Purple J," and then literally they're like, "Okay, I'm done with you. Vanish to the realm of whatever." I don't remember what they called it.
The shadow.
Like the pit of the shadow realm or something. And then they both get friend. It's like, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We got a huge shout out.
Oh yeah, we got a nice shout out from LJ.
We got a bunch of shout outs actually.
Did we get a nice shout out at that point though? I mean, he was just saying he's gonna destroy you and take it all over.
Hey, I mean, if we're worth being destroyed by LJ, that seems like a shout out to me.
Yeah, he was gonna destroy, and then he said, "Change me, my person." He was gonna take my tongue off and replace it with soap.
With infinite soap.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Did he say infinite? What even?
He said infinite soap.
Infinite soap. Oh man.
So that's gonna be a meme soon, right?
I mean,
yeah.
Did anyone watch the video? I mean, yes, they did.
Of course, people watch the video.
On the Twitter side of things, so like LG tweeted, he mentioned us in tweets like 3 or 4 times, and all of those tweets got like 40 likes and something like that.
Yeah, so we got
1.7 thousand people watched the TTE podcast episode 2.
Oh, nice. So yeah, 1.7 thousand people know about it, in a way.
Well, and one of the other tweets that was mentioned prior to that was on like late night Saturday, was that he had just taken over. No, it was just the early morning of Sunday for April Fool's, was that he had taken over BS1 and turned it into EJ01. And then I went to sleep.
The LJ Empire.
Yeah, it's like he was just trying to bring all this stuff together.
Yeah, I was really sad I couldn't witness EJ01 by my personally.
Well, I'm gonna peek behind the curtain a little bit. I'm the one that set it all up.
Yeah,
so I still have all the graphics.
Yeah, and for explaining that whole "you were dead" thing, like we needed a justification for you not helping TTV, so on the fly we just said you were dead. And
well, People behind the recording again. I was supposed to be fully involved in some way, like to not have BSL1 be involved, but I was trying to be involved. Like the thing is, I had a lot of things come up at the very, very last minute on Friday, and I'm like, guys, I want to be a part of this. I want to be a recording of this. I'm not going to be here. I have way too much already happening all at the same time. And that's when you said later on when I got back on, it's like, oh, by the way, you're dead now. So I immediately went invisible, and I just like, I'm staying out of this.
Yeah. Like, we came up with Swert is that, like, literally on the voice call. Like,
right. I will say, in hindsight, I kind of wish you had said that he had, like, abducted me and chained me up somewhere. Because, unfortunately, April Fool's Day also happens to fall upon a rather religious holiday associated with the return of a specific person.
Are you comparing yourself?
Jesus?
And that was what I was trying to avoid, because unfortunately, I do have a family that happens to be a part of that religion. And I have a feeling I would have been disowned if I had been the one to proclaim, I'm reborn.
Here's the thing. In the video, I don't think we ever used the word dead in the video.
Like, I mean, you just did kind of say Swert is dead.
Did I in the video?
I think I 90% convinced. Yeah.
I don't think it was. Oh no! Yeah, you said that.
Oh crap!
Yeah, you said LJ had killed me, but that's why I kind of immediately came into the Maskposting server. I created a channel that no longer exists called The Truth. And I managed to set it up.
Eben ARG.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I set it up. I mean, I've done ARGs before. You have no idea what I've done.
Oh man, we should definitely do an ARG, like a legit one.
I really should set up an ARG for either Maskposting or RSG. I might have to pitch one to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought RSG was an ARG for.
I mean, okay. That was.
Let's not go into this recording. We don't have enough time.
I mean,
the ad campaign was so mysterious. I thought that there was an ARG coming. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was one little aspect of ARG. And okay, for those of you who don't know what RSG is, Red Star Games is this project that I'm involved with. Full disclosure, I do PR for them, and we
shill.
Yeah, I'm a shill.
And in fact, that question will be coming up here shortly in our questions today.
Yeah, I am the TOA of shilling, but Red Star Games, we're making a couple of things. Our main focus right now it's called the Doronai Nui, which is a D20 tabletop RPG based on Bionicle. It's based on Dungeons and Dragons, I want to say 3.5 and Pathfinder. And I mean I don't know anything about tabletop RPGs, to be honest. Like I said, I'm doing PR for them, but I mean, it seems fun, and a lot of people are very excited for it. But yeah, at the beginning of the week before April Fool's, we did this little campaign with releasing art of the characters, and shout out to Oomatu, who makes all of our art. I'm pretty sure he makes our art, but it's just really cryptic, 6 days left, 5 days left. Just a little countdown to our announcement trailer.
Right. It started with 6 days because they were doing the 6 TOA as part of their whole campaign.
Yeah, they're called the TOA Couture team. And yeah, like John said, it felt very mysterious and very ARG-like. There was one little piece of ARG in there. Someone involved with RSG posted a picture to Bionicle that was it really reminds me of that note you get from the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim, where it's the black hand and it says "We know."
Ooh. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we
Yeah, that's kind of what that whole thing felt like. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, little teasers like that are especially amazing when introducing yourself.
Yeah.
Especially if there is more world building lore
Yes.
than what is being presented in the beginning.
Yeah, and then
that was one of the things that I would have pushed for heavily is, hey, if you got too much lore that regular Bionicle doesn't have, fine, push it first.
Yeah.
Although, if I were to have my way when it comes to a discussion about it, I would say I would go on an hour-long rant about why D20 is a bad system for
please
RPGs.
Don't. Please
and
don't.
Here we go.
No, don't.
Because no matter how, because the D20 system, no matter how much you train your skills, there's always a 5% chance of failure.
Right.
Yeah, well,
and it leads to a lot of unfair outcomes.
Yeah, like I said, my only RPGs of that age is when Swert coupled together this
oh god
little system.
Yeah, I was afraid you'd bring that one up. So that was actually done before RSG was even a thing. And it was done in our Discord server. Yeah. And they were not involved in it whatsoever. None of those members were a part of it. I had cobbled together my own simplified version because I just wanted to do something fun with just Matoran characters. Because, I mean, truth be told, to hell with TOA. TOA are overpowered to begin with. Matoran was a simple way for me to introduce a very simple rudimentary fighting system. They either had a disc, or they had a spear, or they had something appropriate to their Horo. And I also came up with a simple way of fighting. I had a simple way of doing this, that, and the other. In fact, it was so entrenched in this server. I had three channels dedicated to this thing.
Yeah,
because I had I had the discussion for it. I had the actual event happening, that thing, and I also had my own DM shroud, which, in hindsight, I kind of wish I had done more with. I wish I had done more in that server.
Actually, you know what I've always wanted to try and run is a Bionicle type campaign on Genesis, because that system works really well with vaguely defined powers like you have in Bionicle. Where it's you can have powerful fire, or you can have normal fire, and you can have that sort of thing. Because everything you do is just kind of for flavor.
And that would handle the Novice TOA or the TOA Nuva. It would also handle other such things like, fire elementals versus a Matoran.
Exactly. That system's a lot more roleplay based as opposed to mechanics based.
Sure.
Yeah. And that's the thing I really like Swert's RPG. It was just really fun. I think we're just trying to come up with the most creative ideas of how to fight Rahi. And the one that
absolutely.
The one that always stuck to my head was when I think we were fighting Nui Ra, and my character had a fishing rod. Yeah, it was a fishing rod, and I tried to fish the Kanohi out of the Nui Rama.
I think I remember that, and I don't remember what we ended up rolling.
It wasn't memorable at all. All it really did was.
But I remember I had you guys do a very simple roll for your intelligence, which is what led to one of the greatest emotes on the server.
Yeah.
Wait, which emote is this?
Oh, you don't remember?
No, I wasn't a part of this game.
Oh, it's still in there too.
Yeah, it's the big brain emote.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that emote, the character who has the big brain, that's Sarah's character for that.
She had literally rolled the highest possible number you can get for intelligence.
Oh my god. Sarah is too big brain.
So that was the whole point, is every time Sarah's character came up to fight, Sarah would literally just immediately try to roll on intelligence, because all of her other stats were just crap. I think it was I think I went through a 1 through 10 system. Is that correct? Does that sound right?
Yes.
and I've been like, okay, so roll that, and then no, 1 through 5. It was 1 through 5 for that. That's right.
Mhm.
And I said, okay, and she had literally rolled a 5 on intelligence, but like rolled 1s and 2s on everything else. It was the worst luck for rolling.
Oh no, I had the worst.
No, you were delicate as hell.
Everything.
That's why you also wanted to use like a fishing rod for things because you couldn't fight.
No, okay. I had 2 characters. My first character, I think he was called like DigKey. Yeah,
yes, DigKey.
It was DigKey, and he was completely useless.
We actually killed you dead.
Yeah, because
we decided to just kill you because of how bad your stats were.
Yeah,
you had just requested in private, hey, do you mind if I just kill my character off? I'm like, okay, let's find a way to creatively kill your character. So I had like, what was it? Was it a Nui Rama that killed you, or was it like a Moaka or something?
I think it was a Moaka, but yeah.
Right, and then I'm like, I literally rolled it. I think I got like a 20. You got like a 3 or something. I'm like,
yeah.
And your character is just dead. Move on.
Yeah, I think we did say he died, but they just left him laying on the floor. And then they left.
Yes.
I think that's
they
what
just
happened.
left DigKey on the floor, and then you came up with another character.
Yeah, Big Key.
Oh my god.
Much better stats, but somehow we just didn't bother to finish it.
We should stream a one shot on this podcast sometime.
Oh, yeah, it'd be amazing.
You know, when RSG like New Year, I think we should play it. I think it would be fun.
Yeah, interesting.
On first release, I think we're only TOA, but I know that there are definitely other races planned for the future. I know Skagdi are going to be a thing. I'm pretty sure Matoran are going to be a thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Skagdi. Those damn Paraka.
Hey now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to use slurs.
Hey, you can't say that. That's our word.
Go to Karzani.
Oh my god.
So, RSG.
Don't you mean all my Matanui?
We're doing.
No. I have to do it again. It's actually not Matanui for RSG at first. During the RSG plays, like beta testing, we had Mata Swerty.
Oh god.
You weren't there for that, were you?
No, I haven't taken part of any of.
So the RSG like beta testing, we had a few various people in there that you may recognize, and I can tell you about them later because I don't think any of our listeners would know.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, well, Luis, for example.
Maybe.
And then there's also he who shall now no longer be named.
You mean the guy who gets his mom involved?
Yep.
Fights.
Yep. Which is sad because I thought he was funny with his voice, but otherwise, yeah, he just didn't know how to role play at all.
Yeah.
But the point is, because he kept trying to do everything himself, and it's like your team, work with your team of 12 TOA for some reason.
Well, let's move on from him before.
Well, I mean, the TOA mom guy, there was like 20 of them.
No, there's only like 11.
That's still 11.
That's still a weird number.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Because I like to go one step beyond.
Oh god, do not go there
Shut
today.
The fuck up.
Hashtag change the channel.
Hello, I'm the nostalgia joint.
I can't believe you got it immediately.
Oh, I'm gonna admit it. I have watched Nostalgia Critic for the last 5 or so years.
Yeah, I've been watching it. Oof,
I actually
was
just
in 5th
deleted.
grade.
Right, I just deleted the Channel Awesome bookmark just because of the stuff coming out.
Yeah,
but I'm keeping my bookmark for a top 4.
Well, like all the original people from Channel Awesome, except the Nostalgia Critic, just are gone now.
The Nostalgia Clinic.
That's the porn parody.
Oh my god.
But, reviewed by.
I mean, I've known for a really long time.
I remember it, so you don't have to.
No. That's the worst part.
I like to go one step beyond.
God. I can only imagine Brad Jones reviewing that movie, The Nostalgic Clinic.
Oh. Oh. But,
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
So.
RSG. Before we move.
Okay.
I just want to say that RSG. Our other main thing, other than the game itself, we were making a lot of 3D printed masks that we're selling through Shapeways that a lot of people are liking. We've been selling a bunch of those.
Well, that's the interesting thing is, so we had Brian in here. What was it, KhingK?
Yeah.
He actually is being very productive with them, especially on the mask front, which, I mean, everybody recognizes him from Maskposting as the Roxy guy. Yeah. And while I certainly appreciate that, I'm glad he was able to branch off and do masks as well, because that's a tough challenge.
And he got really, like, the Roxy.
He cut out a lot, by the way.
Brian got good really fast.
Yes.
So I'm very happy about that.
Between the Roxy spines and then the tools, you know, I guess transitioning over to masks, that's the only tricky part is once you've learned how to do one thing, it's really hard to then transition over to a completely different scale, as it were, because masks have to fit a very specific scale to fit on a Metro head and a Matza head. It's even worse when you're considering you have to get them both to work properly. I do not envy it at all.
Yeah, which I might add, all the RSG masks are compatible with Metro and Mata head.
And there's the PR guy.
Yeah.
Wow. And where can we buy these wonderful?
Well, if you go to the Red Star Games website and go to the Forge, that's right, the Red Star Games Forge, or the Red Star Forge. What do they call it?
Red Star Forge. The Forge of the Red, I think, is the Shapeways shop name.
I mean,
is this the?
Just go to the Forge. We've got.
So is RSG our first sponsor now?
I mean,
kind of. When they pay me,
they pay us. They still owe me some money too.
Oh, I guess that's possible. But yeah, and then we are also making what's it called? Our campaign. It's called Shadow of the Coliseum. Yeah, Shadow of the Coliseum. It's set around the time of after the Matoran Civil War, actually.
Right. It's a very weird period where just after the Brotherhood of Makuta basically shut down the Matoran Civil War, but it's just before other TOA came in to actually enforce rules, and the Vaki are still very much out of date.
Makuta did nothing wrong.
Yeah,
that's actually an interesting point. Makuta did nothing wrong in the Matoran Civil War. He stopped the Civil War. Whether or not
did nothing wrong.
I mean, whether or not anything happened because of his influence is a different story.
Okay, well, but that's the ARG thing we were talking about, actually. So in our campaign, there's this group of terrorist Matoran. They're called the Blackstone, and the image that one of our team members posted was this wall, and on it was written the Blackstone remember, and a Mectoran head, without the mask, and just painted on. And it looks really creepy, and it was really cool. And there were some of the images we released as teasers, you had to up the contrast in them, and you could find a link to the website before we announced the website, but it was written Matoran, and just stuff like that. I think it worked really well.
Right.
But yeah.
By the way, I just looked it up real fast, just because I could. The Matoran Civil War was a 400-year-long conflict.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, basically we have now devolved officially to reading Wikipedia articles in a Blue Yeti.
I mean, none of us have.
Except instead of Wikipedia, it's BS01.
Instead of Blue Yeti.
I was about to say.
Pad.
First of all, I'm not reading into a Blue Yeti at all. I'm reading into a headset. Thank you very much. Second, it's my website, so I'm allowed to read it a lot of damn well whenever I want.
Oof. Oof.
Hashtag humble brag.
And if you would like, I will be more than happy to put $5 in Diggy's hand, so long as he says that this podcast is sponsored by BSL1.
Dude, fuck yeah. Give me those.
You slut.
I need money, dude.
I need money
Ryan.
too. I've
Me
got
too.
none.
We all need money.
We're all fucking
Got to
broke.
have more money.
It's almost like we're poor motherfuckers that spend all our money on 10-year-old
So feel
toys.
free to donate to the BSL1 Wiki so I could donate to the LimeJoy podcast so that I can claim that this podcast is sponsored by BSL1, of which I am
Yeah.
also getting paid somehow.
You're not getting paid.
You're right, I'm not, unless I can pay you for a donation to be said this podcast is sponsored by BSL1.
So what you're saying, you want someone to donate to you $5 so you can make like a net of like 30 cents out of those $5.
35, thank you very much. I'm taking my cut.
Perhaps.
Actually, that's the thing. I'm fully honest. I don't touch any of the money that I get donated.
Mhm.
That goes straight to the server. No
Yeah.
joke.
Hashtag fuck the IRS.
It's because I
Hashtag
don't.
taxation is theft.
It's because if I don't touch it, then I don't have to declare it because I don't want to be considered a business, and I
Yeah.
don't make any ad money because I don't have ads on
Mhm.
BSL1. So
Yeah.
anyway, I think we put it off long enough. Maybe we should get into the topics. Or the questions.
Topics?
Oh, the questions.
Questions. Okay. So remember, you can send in your questions at our email, thelimejoin@gmail.com. You can tweet them at us at @thelimejoin. That's our Twitter account. And then you can also comment them on our Facebook posts that we make every single week. So, you'll excuse me for a second because I'm opening up the questions. Where is my Gmail app? There it is, because we actually got a question from our email this week. So
Wow,
We
people
got
still
3
use
questions.
email?
apparently we get a question. They're really easy to keep track of, so I'm happy. But Tyler actually asks, any interest in any other sorts of plastic modeling kits like Gundam or other types of plastic models?
I never really got into any other plastic modeling kits. Like, the benefit of having Lego in general, for me,
Mhm.
is it's something that I can put together, and if I don't like it anymore, it doesn't have to exist.
Mhm.
If I put together a Gundam, I've got a Gundam.
Mhm.
Does that make perfect sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to say no, but like I just bought like 2 Halo Play Arts Kai figures, and like
Ooh.
these things are normally like $150, but they're on sale for 50.
Holy shit.
And these are
Oh
like
yeah, no,
fucking
definitely get them if you can.
these are amazing figures, and I'm really glad I got them like 10 inches, and there's so much detail on them.
Are they buildable or?
They're not
Pre-built.
buildable, but they're definitely of a similar kind of thing.
I guess technically there is a plastic model that I have a collection of, and that's
Oh,
my
God.
Lantern Core batteries, which are 1/4 scale.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say Funko Pops.
No, well,
You have brickheads.
I
That's
have-
basically the same thing.
I've got some brickheads, but that's still Lego, and if I don't like it that way, I can always take it apart and build something new. For
Mhm.
example, I picked up a couple for like $7.99 the other day. I'm planning on making them into Green Lanterns.
Ooh.
And Blue Lanterns, actually. And other such lanterns. Thanos is going to make Sinestro amazing. Because he's the same color as Thanos. Actually, no.
Yeah.
Thanos is, Indigo 1. That's her color. Never mind. Anyway, but technically I do have the Lantern Core batteries, which are, the cheapest one I was able to get was like $27.
Yeah.
The most expensive was the $50 one, which is the Green Lantern proper.
Of course.
And I picked that up along with the blue and the white at the same time. And I said, well, that's $80 right there. And then I looked on eBay
Damn.
the next day, and the Green Lantern was up to like $200.
Damn.
So I said, well, I guess that $50 was worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. When it comes to buildable figures, this one time I bought like a really cheap knockoff Gundam thing. It was a super deformed. I don't even know what series it was. It wasn't like the really famous one, like the original. I honestly have no idea who it was. He had like
Big Zam?
green wings and shit like that. I have no idea, but it was like really fun, and the build was like. I grew up building like beat-em-on shit, and so I was expecting it to be like beat-em-on, but it was like a really intricate build, and I really enjoyed it. So if I had more money, I'd definitely get into Gunpla. But yeah, I'm poor.
So, speaking of Gundam, the next question is, what do you think would happen if Bionicle became a mecha anime that was super popular across the country?
It would be in Ready Player One.
Ready Player One is trash. Don't at me.
I mean, we kind of almost had a perfect mecha anime in Exoforce, and I kind of miss that, and I kind of think I've taken it for granted, if only because it was the only other time I can get Nightwing's spiky hair.
Honestly, no. You know what I think would be really great? CCBS Pacific Rim.
That would be cool.
Because then you could have CCBS Kaiju as like monsters.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
We've never had like legit CCBS monsters in a full-on set capacity.
We almost got it with 2010. Almost got it. Do you know that?
I mean,
like actually?
Okay. No. I'm talking about if they continued Bionicle. They would have taken us to Volta Magna. And we would have had robot dinosaurs.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one.
You know what? I'll tell you how I feel about it. I would have had a robot dinosaur.
I mean, yeah.
Skirmix. Yeah, I think
I would. Yeah, I mean, I would have bought robot dinosaur.
Absolutely.
And there's also that one set from the Glatorian era that no one remembers, the one with like the two-headed green creature in a chariot. No one remembers that set.
Right.
I didn't even know it existed until LJ's review.
Well, that's the interesting thing. A lot of the vehicles from 2009, and a lot of the big sets for that matter, they've all been basically forgotten, except for Scopio, and only because everybody kept saying, hey, you know that Scorpion set that came out in 2015? Doesn't it sound like Scopio?
Yeah, I mean...
Also, I sound like a very big nerd. Oh, I'm going to put my glasses up.
God, it's almost like we're swinging our dicks around a failing toy podcast.
Yeah. The thing also is...
The worst part is I do wear glasses.
I think that the 09, the big sets were way too expensive. That's why no one got them or remembers them.
The problem...
I got to Oomatu because I wanted that gold Ignika.
Yeah, and how much did you shell out for that?
How much was that? Was that like $60? No, that was like $80.
Hang on, looking it up. Toa Matanui.
I want to say 60.
It's definitely gotta be more than 60. 60 seems low.
It was 80, I think.
Oh crap! Fuck.
Hang on, I gotta pull it up on the sets.
It's on Brickpedia.
Oh no! Hang on. My website actually has a set database.
$50.
It was a $50. You're kidding? It was a $50 set?
Yeah, it was only $50.
Well, how much did you shell out?
Dude, I don't remember. That was fucking almost 10 years ago.
Then probably $50.
If it depends on if it was
it was probably $50.
Only a $50 set?
I mean, it only had 366 pieces.
Yeah.
You know,
I think the reason why it's so rare.
Well, it's because they also listed it as a special edition large set.
Ah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. $50. Or in the United Kingdom, it was only. I have to imagine this is.
It's the same price. That's the same price.
$29.99 UK.
Yeah, that's pounds.
Yeah.
And 99 Australian.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, and that's also the shipping to the country at that point.
If only Australia existed.
Right.
What is
But no,
Australia?
there was like 5 different vehicle sets from the summer of 2009 alone. And everybody
Yeah.
only remembers Scopio. They don't remember the others, even though literally 2 of them were in the movie.
I got the one with Blue Agori.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which one that was. It was the one with the sidecar.
Caxlum is the name.
Yeah, that one was pretty
Caxlum-
cool.
Correction. Caxlum V3 is the name, because for some reason
Mhm.
everything needs to have a number.
I mean, that started with 2008, like
Yeah.
T3 and Accelera. What was it, V9?
No, the T's at that point.
Oh, okay.
It was, hang on, I got that list right here. You had the Rocco T3 with
Mhm.
Oomatu. It's the green one. The
Accelera.
Jet Trax T6, which had Antraz.
Mhm.
And of course, then there's the yellow version of that. And then the Accelera T9, aka the best Bionicle set of the late 2000s,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I would say so.
Well,
It's
it
really
had
good.
everything you could ever want, but that beast was that was an $80 set, I guarantee.
I
Yeah.
really like the tractables might exclude.
693 pieces.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
So, does
Um,
anyone want to read, or should we just skip that one?
What's that? No, we're skipping that question.
Okay, cool. So, next question. Let me open up Facebook.
Right.
So, when are y'all going to do? Wait, Chris asks, when are y'all going to do a Rooster Teeth style animated podcast clip series with the best bits from the podcast?
When somebody offers to do it.
Yeah.
Like
Blown the
that's
fuck
the
out.
thing. That's the thing. We are not actively doing, anything for ourselves. If somebody wants to do, technically, all the best animated stuff have always started in the community first.
Even
you know,
Rooster Teeth animated.
Oh yeah,
So-
Rooster Teeth Animated. That guy had done it literally 2 years before being picked up by Rooster Teeth, and then got flamed for uploading it from his own channel after he got hired. And people are like,
Yeah.
"You're just ripping off Rooster Teeth's stuff. Why are you doing that?" And they're
Yeah.
like, "You do realize this is 2 years older than that."
I fucking
And-
hate.
I
I
remember-
hate Rooster Teeth.
I
can
don't
see
mind
where
Rooster
you're coming
Teeth.
from.
I'm actually a very proud sponsor of it, and I have been since I'm still grandfathered into their $10 every 6 months plan. I don't
Damn.
mind Rooster Teeth. I support it. What I don't like is there's a lot of decisions being made, and a lot of fans that just get so negative on it.
I mean,
Like-
yeah, that's the case with every every
thing.
fandom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just kind of lost interest in. That's it.
I mean, I lost interest in Ruby around season 3 when an incident happened with Yang being disqualified from that tournament. I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
I
was
lost
I lost
Interest
interest in Ruby from the start because it looks like
Yeah.
shit.
I lost interest in Rooster, which was really sad for me because I was really hyped.
I was okay with until about, like I said, season 3. That's when I kind of just started like, this is stupid already.
Yeah.
Like,
No, honestly,
I don't
show
think. Go ahead.
what show really Rooster Teeth show really bugs me is Camp.
I don't even
Hmm.
watch it. I just
That show
can't.
like
really
makes
likes
me
it.
upset.
That is the show that I think they were trying too hard.
It
Oh,
looks like it belongs in.
absolutely.
I
Mhm.
love Ruby Chibi, but then again, I've always liked, silly childish things like that all my life. I've always enjoyed
Mhm.
like the campiness and the goofiness of it. Camp is just, that is, I would say that's something I would expect out of Cartoon Network. For
Oh
like,
no, this is not
No.
anything I would expect at a Cartoon
but
Network.
no.
would
It
expect
is
it
The
from
art
Disney
style.
way
XD.
too
The
poor
art
taste.
style.
Okay, I don't care about the art style. I think the art style is, I mean, it's cow
It's
meme,
okay.
but
Okay,
like,
how's this? It's like almost something that would have come out of Cartoon Network with an Adult Swim casting and
No.
writing.
Well, no, what bugs me is the writing, because the writing is very much not Adult Swim, because it's in very bad taste.
What do you,
Okay.
is
Like-
it like
Like, it was an episode I saw, it was like, there was a dude that, it was a kid that was just Hitler. Like, he was literally just Hitler.
what
And
Okay.
he did the juice sounds like Jews joke. I'm like,
Oh my
congratulations, we all made that joke in middle school.
Well, I mean,
But like, this show is not made for middle schoolers, so
I'm
like, grow the
really-
fuck up.
I'm really surprised that it has like a huge fandom on Tumblr.
oh jeez.
Yeah.
There is one that I am definitely getting interested in, which is No Matter Nowhere. I was skeptical at first, but I watched the first episode. I'm like, I'm gonna follow this just to see where it goes, but I'm
Mhm.
being very cautious. I just want to see where it goes.
Yeah.
I will say I'm a little disappointed where they took X-Ray and Vav.
They made that a show?
Yes, 2 seasons.
What the fuck? That was just some shitty throwaway joke at the beginning of Achievement Hunter. Like I think it was like Crisis 3. What the fuck?
It is a throwaway joke where they accidentally said X-Ray or Vav or one of the, no, it started with Vav because he said,
Yeah.
"Hey, this is Ray and this is Gav."
Yeah.
And then he turned around and say, so every time they're on camera together, it's like, hey, this is X-Ray and this is Vav.
Yeah.
And then that kind of became the running joke of, well, they are superheroes because they've got superhero names. And then they made an actual like thing about it. It's like, we are X-Ray and Vav. And then they made that, like somebody, who was it? Anna Hullum, who is, of course, Matt Holmes' wife, made costumes around an art sketch that somebody did of X-Ray and Vav. So now they've got costumes, and then they made a TV show. And that is a thing that actually happened. They got Gav to voice, they got Ray to voice, they got Lindsay to be like their, like, what is it? Their tech guru.
Token female character.
No, tech guru at that point. And then they got a few other people in there. Their main villain was the core pirate. And they also had another main villain in the Mad King. And then in the second season, they brought in Mogar.
Oh god.
And more to the point, the Mad King was controlling Mogar because the Mad King had kidnapped the Mogar's mother and named it Edgar. It was a cow.
What?
So the whole show is basically a boiled down telling of everything that happens in all of their Minecraft stuff and other properties. So the core pirate came from the WWE stuff. The Mad King, of course, comes from the Minecraft stuff. Mogar and Edgar, those are all stuff from Minecraft. I'm not saying it was good, but I'm also not saying it's bad.
Honestly, like, that's my biggest problem with, that actually comes down to my biggest problem with, Rooster Teeth as a whole, is like, they got so much meat bucks out of Red versus Blue and Achievement Hunter that, like...
What the fuck is a neat?
Oh my god.
Neat bucks?
Here's the biggest problem.
You know, not in education,
I know what
employment.
it is.
Yeah,
Training.
yeah.
Like, so,
Okay.
like, but because they got so much money
but
off
that's
of
the
that,
thing.
they can just breathe life into whatever shitty idea they come up with, and they do
But
it
that's the other
every
thing.
time.
But if you think about it, we're talking the founders of Rooster Teeth, that being Bernie, Matt, Joel, Jeff, maybe not so much Jeff, Gus, maybe not so much Gus. All of those guys were actually in college for video production. So this is not something, this is something that they already knew how to do. So this is not surprising.
Well, like, that's fine, and, like, they're educated in it, and I suppose objectively their video content is well made, like, it's well produced.
It's just
absolutely.
bland.
It's just, like, it's way more well produced than any of it has any right to be, because every concept and idea they come up with is like, it feels like it's so off the cuff and just whatever they just came up with.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, personal opinion, boiled down, I am a fan of Rooster Teeth. I will always be a fan of Rooster Teeth, unless they do something horribly wrong to wrong everybody. And they haven't done that yet, but I have read stories that may be a little leery.
You mean if they Kahid it?
Yes. If they started swing banging around. We haven't explained that joke. We're not going to.
Swing bing? Yeah.
We should explain that joke someday.
We explain
Someday.
the dick swinging every episode.
No, but
swing bing is different.
Swing bang is a different story. And you know what? That also boils down another point I was going to make with Rooster Teeth. That is something that I will admit as a fault to them is they make a lot of inside jokes in all their content. Like stuff that you had to be fans of for like 5 years to understand half of.
Yeah, but like that said, I think they're a lot better than that.
Like for example,
like Game Grumps is.
Yeah, well, Game Grumps is a different story, but at least in Game Grumps, they try to keep everything.
Let's not make this a Let's episode. Let's move on to.
All right, we'll move on. But no, one last thing. Are you familiar with whenever I say the word moonball, what that would mean?
Nope.
No.
That is an inside joke in Achievement Hunter, and I think about half the people that are fans of it have already ducked as I'm saying this. I'm probably also ducking on the replay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well, next question.
Next question is from Isaac.
No, let's skip that one.
Okay. Next question from Alan. How much did TTV pay you to, quote, get involved, trademark, with the heckening? Also, probably should have been trademarked, Alan.
$600.
$600.
$600 glorious dollars, all charged off the company credit card, and into making our LinkedIn profile for RSG. Moving on.
Next question. Tyler asks, where can I listen?
Where can I listen to the Lime Joint?
Here.
So
on YouTube.
Right? You're listening to it right now.
Tyler, if you're listening
you dumb
to this
slut.
right now, I think you figured out where to listen.
Yeah. We used to upload to SoundCloud, but stupid file limits, I stopped that. I finally removed it from the social media thing.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So we're skipping the next question, of course.
No, we're not. We're answering that one. So, John, you want to ask that one from Sarah?
Oh, hey, I was writing an email. Yeah, let me pull it up. I'm not even looking at the damn thing.
Okay.
God.
John, you're like first questions.
Should I just read it real fast?
No, hold on. Where is this? Who said this?
Sarah.
Not that Sarah. A different Sarah.
All right. I'm gonna Control F. Okay, there we go. Question: why do Skakti have dongs on their feet?
I have no comment.
I'm trying to figure out which feet piece or foot piece this is referring to. I don't know if
I think it's referring to the one on Avak.
I don't remember the one.
That's the one with like the back toe.
Mm-hmm. So not
know.
There's only like 2 feet that the Paraka had, which was the web foot, the claw foot, and the
flipper.
Exactly.
And I think it's the web foot that would be the one that has the dong, I guess.
Possibly. Hang on. So looking up Avak.
Let's Google which Paraka foot has the dong on it.
Right.
I'm gonna say the claw. Actually.
By the way, apparently the pronunciation according to PS1 is Ivok.
What?
Or Avok.
Avok.
EY-VAK.
That's stupid.
Avok.
Avok is better.
Avok is better.
What does the Bionicle Wiki have to say?
Fuck the Bionicle Wiki.
Yeah.
Fuck Bionicle Wiki has Avok or Avak.
What the fuck? Oh fuck! I completely forgot. Going back to the animated thing, actually, William Bruning said he was gonna make some shitty Flash animations. So we'll see what happens with.
All right, so which
I
one are we
will
reading next?
murder him if he does.
Nice.
I hope he pulls through. I think it would be interesting. But next question. Cassie asks, do you love me? I don't know who you are. Well, I
We
do.
all
that's
love
true.
you because
Pretty sure.
you are all
Pretty
our
sure
family here.
Hector's already taken, and I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure IC would have words to say if Hector
Yeah.
ever was trying to be reclaimed.
Yeah, but
He would
clarify,
probably kill Hector.
Cassie, I do seen you around Maskposting, friends with you, alright? So yeah, and the next question from Cassie is, can you read the Rick and Morty copy pasta?
I have it right in front of me.
Of course you do.
Do it.
To be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to understand Rick and Morty.
You already ruined it.
The humor is extremely subtle, and without a solid grasp on theoretical physics, most of the jokes will go over a typical viewer's head. There's also
Okay,
Rick's
that's enough.
nihilistic outlook, which is definitely woven into his characterization. His personal
that's
philosophy draws heavily from Narrataya Volya literature, for instance.
Please stop.
The fans understand this stuff. They have the intellectual capacity to truly appreciate
Don't do
the
this.
depth of
Hector,
these jokes.
I'm ready to do it
To
too.
realize that they're not just funny. They say something.
I had to.
Did you mute him or did you kick him?
No, I muted him.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna unmute.
Okay,
now.
unmute.
You slut! You slut! And yes, by the way, I do have a Rick and Morty tattoo.
I built Rick and Morty props out of Lego. I don't want to hear it. I am a fan.
Yeah.
Prior to that copy pasta,
Didn't you
my
ban it from the server for?
I banned it from the Discord. If anybody posted, I'm more than willing to kick.
To be fair.
Shut up. Next question.
I did it again.
Next question, please.
Swert, you slut, stop muting me.
All right, are we reading Alan's?
Yeah,
All right, Alan asked, "How much do you hate me?"
a lot.
All of the hate.
7.
7 out of what?
Just 7.
No, but
yeah.
seriously, I will love you more when I finally get the money so I can, actually send you guys masks because I feel horrible. Because of Easter, I haven't been able to get everybody like addresses and money and stuff, so I can't mail out the Nuju masks.
Mhm.
I feel bad.
Alan, I'll stop hating you when you have like more than enough, dude. Let's communism this bitch.
Right. Speaking of that, Hector, I still have I set aside 3 masks for you, for our for Lime Joint officially. You said you want to give one to Sarah. You were gonna. I'm probably gonna end up mailing the one to Icy just so that it gets to you eventually.
Yeah.
Who's the third one supposed to go to again?
I'm not sure.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, whatever.
Because whoever it is, I'm gonna probably want them to just send me the $5 and call it a day.
So next question. John, you want to read that one? Oh, for fuck's
Can
sake.
Hector fit his fist in his mouth?
Let's find out.
Also, hold on before you try that. Photographic proof must be provided.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, I can.
All right,
not,
we'll have to
not
go
all
baby.
of it, but like up to my knuckles. I can get it up to my knuckles. And no, I'm not gonna provide photographic proof.
Yo, I'm taking Alan's next question when we get to it.
Okay. So
All right.
question.
So the
Kirill
next question. Okay.
Oh, Kirill asks, can Swert apply for a position of
A mayor.
a mayor? Yeah.
1
Not
out of
the-
like 4.
Right. So, I will say, based on your profile, I don't think I qualify based on your location that you list?
Is it Poland?
Estonia.
Oh crap, close. Not really, but
Pretty close, actually.
oh. I mean,
But the point
all
is,
of Europe is
no,
the same thing.
Just to clarify, I live basically in Washington State, in the United States of America, and therefore unable to apply for any position in any other country other than my own. And I have no political desire to do so because fuck politics.
Yeah.
I am very much active in keeping up with them, not so much revealing what I personally follow. I'll let everybody decide what I am, but I guarantee I am probably not what you would accuse me of.
The lime
Swert
joint
is
extras.
Nazi? Nazi communist?
No.
Gentleman?
Swert is an ANCAP. Why do you think
Hardcore ANCAP.
If I have to do this, I will. Swert is officially registered in my county as a goddamn independent, typically leaning towards the left. Typically.
No politics on the podcast. You know what? Let's
no politics on the podcast.
The lime joint extras. The politics debate.
Please no.
The point is, if anybody was curious, that's what I tend to lean towards. So if you want me to be mayor of your city, keep that in mind before asking me.
Oh,
I would make things happen.
You know, instead of throwing your head in, why don't you just read the next question?
I will go ahead and read next question. Am I skipping this next one, or am I going to read?
Read it.
Curtis asks, and I quote, "What the fuck is a bionicle?"
It's boneless slicer.
Hold on. I think bionicle is an acronym. Hector, would you like to explain the acronym?
Oh, fuck you.
Wait, no. I know this one.
Go ahead.
I know this one. Bionicle lets you draw 2 cards from your deck and add them to your hand, putting you at advantage.
Oh my god. Just shut up and read the next question.
No, you know what? I'll tell you what it is. It's a bio nicely.
That's not. No, it's.
No, it's actually Biological Chronicle.
Yeah. All right. Cordian asked,
it's
"How
Bionic
much?"
Chronicle.
Go on. It's actually Biological Chronicle.
It's Bionic. No, you know.
Trust me.
You're questioning the Lord God.
Bionic is the brother of Sonic the Hedgehog. He is orange and he plays basketball. That's why his name is Bionic, because basketball starts with a B.
Oh, dear God. Okay, Cordian asks, how much did RSG team pay Hector to advertise them?
Nothing so far.
Immediately replied saying, "Pretty sure Hector is part of RSG." Cordian then told Alan to shush.
Yeah, again, I am part of. I haven't gotten paid. I don't know if I'm gonna get paid. I'm honestly not sure.
Oh dear.
Okay, moving on.
But
feel free to read Alan's question.
Hold up. I am severely disappointed that you, John, didn't get my Chris Chan reference.
Wait, when?
Bionic the Hedgehog.
Oh my god.
That's kind of what I thought it was. So that's why I ignored it, because I don't read anything.
I never knew what Bionic the Hedgehog was. I just thought it was like a Chris Chan meme, and it just like was a thing. I didn't know he had like a backstory for him and everything.
Oh, no, Bionic is Chan's first OC.
Oh my god. Anywho.
Anyway.
No, we gotta have a Lime Joint Extras with just you, me, and Fwef just talking about Chris Chan for an hour.
Fuck yeah. Another fucking Chris Chan-centric podcast, because we don't have enough of those. Hell yeah. So
the Christery.
Christery, yeah. So next question. Justice asks, "What's the red one's name?" William Furno.
Nice.
Wow, really?
Alan
No
asks.
laugh. No laughs. Damn, tough crowd.
Alan
I guess.
asks, "What's your third favorite Transformer?"
The red
Big
one.
Thinky.
Tahu.
Ratchet. Serious answer. My third favorite Transformer is Ratchet.
Is
I
this
wanna
the bad
say,
time to mention I never watched Transformers, or do I actually like Transformers?
Out
Why
of the
don't you
ones
like
that
Trans-
like I've had, I'd say Armada Demolisher.
Okay,
Hmm.
to answer the question of why have I not seen or do I like Transformers, I was raised in the 90s. We had Power Rangers. Transformers was before me. Transformers was before me. Transformers was after me. Not
Beast
Touring.
Wars.
Beast Wars,
Beast
yeah.
Wars.
Dude, Beast Wars is like one of the best series.
Yeah.
Beast Wars did exist, and I did watch it. Could you ask me to remember anybody? Probably, but not by much. Only because I didn't really watch it for the content. I watched it because it was just on.
So
The only
So,
thing
like,
I can
Johnny
remember,
Test-
the only thing I can remember from that time frame was that Venus was a thing in the TMNT, and that it's no longer canon. That's all I can tell you from that time period.
holy shit. No one knows Venus from TMNT. Oh god, the new TMNT cartoon looks really good. That's all I'm gonna say about it, but it looks cool.
Yeah, I've heard it was actually doing pretty good as far as like how many people liked it. So,
Mhm.
Alan asks, if you had to put sprinkles on a cupcake, how many?
None.
Exactly 12.
Absolutely none. I hate
Sprinkles are for Satan, so no.
Yeah. Fuck
There will be no sprinkles on this Christian podcast.
Fine. Go ahead.
Next question, Justice asks, also, if there's a Turaga Duma, how come there isn't a Toa Duma? Wait, and then he follows it up with, and if there was a Toa Duma, what would he look like?
So, do you remember that Toa Nori? Or what was it?
Norik.
Norik? Yeah, Toa, whatever. Full disclosure, I forget a lot of things about Bionicle, which is why
That's why you wrote
Claim.
them down.
that's why I claim I've forgotten more than people ever learned, which is true.
Yeah.
So Toa Norik, okay. Do you know the Toa Norik set?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, picture that only with Turaga
Black.
Duma's mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically the same thing.
I know there was a
this-
fan theory
and-
for a while that was supposed to be.
Oh no,
it's-
that's no theory. That was
it's
an
a
actual. That was supposed to be his set.
No.
No, I heard that there was just a theory and that they didn't actually
Okay.
plan on doing that.
Okay, here's the full story. Norik and Niruini are Duma and Nidiki meme. As you guys probably know, the sets are designed before the lore, and they're basically like in a boardroom meeting, and they're like, someone basically said, "Hey, that could be Toa Norik, or that could be Toa Nidiki." I think it was Toa Nidiki. I think they didn't mention anything about Duma, but they were like, "Hey, that could be Toa Nidiki. It kind of looks like him." And then Greg just immediately went, "Nah." Like, that's the full story behind it, as far as I'm aware.
It actually does say on PS1 the set was originally intended to represent Toa Duma.
Is that cited?
Citation needed.
I will point out it does actually have the yellow mark of citation needed.
Yeah, bitch.
Okay, we can ask LJ. I'm pretty sure he knows.
Yeah.
LJ
I think
may or may
LJ
not
was the
know.
one that. I'm pretty sure LJ was the one that told us, wasn't he?
Yeah. I think I heard that.
It was either LJ or Meso.
I will also say technically they list the same thing on the Rooney's Toa set as well, saying that it was originally intended to represent Nidiki.
Well, big citation needed, but yeah.
Yeah.
Next question. Leonard asks, so what does it take to get on the line join?
Well, you're on it now. Congratulations.
Yeah, but when it comes to
When
comes
it comes
to
to actual
being a guest.
hosting, I mean, I I don't know about anybody else. I don't necessarily mind bringing random people in if there's something to talk about.
Exactly.
If you've got a project, or if you've got a meme, or if you've got a following or something, like just do stuff, you know?
Yeah, and it's not like I don't want to be. You have to be popular to be on, but it's just some people are like, why do you want to be?
Yeah.
Like, you know. First of all, my first concern: some people just don't really have a podcast compatible personality.
Like, it takes a lot for a person to be like on a podcast and do that kind of stuff. But like, if you just want to like meet Hector and the gang, then like just join the Discord.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you need a Discord link, feel free to spam Hector for.
No, just go to the description. That's all you have to do.
Right.
But next question.
Next question: would you rather die of Lyme joint syndrome or have all your bionicles stolen by Alan?
I don't think Alan would steal our Bionicle. I think he would be stupid enough to buy it.
Yeah.
And the only thing I have a personal wealth that he would want at this point, because he's probably got every set that I probably already own. Because I bought all of the G2 sets, and I have a few of the G1 sets just kicking around. The only thing I think I have that he would probably try to just steal is my light up Nubicube.
Yeah.
And even then, like, good luck getting it away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the question apparently had a reply from Barnabas, who is the one, or have your legs stolen.
I was still gonna go with Bionicle. I don't want my legs stolen. I spent 12 months designing it.
You know, I recognize the reference. But the question is, are we talking a leg design or an actual leg? Because if it's an actual leg, I'll be honest, my ankle's been bothering me for my whole life.
Oh boy.
So if I get to choose which leg gets stolen, I don't mind. Just make sure I get a replacement. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh no, for some reason.
What?
For some reason, Facebook kicked me out of the post with the questions in it.
Oh no.
I have to look
I
it up
will read the next one then.
Well, I think we can skip the next question for Barnabas. What do you think?
No, actually, because this is actually kind of relevant to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
All
If
right,
we
then.
wrote a Bionicle version of the B-movie script, would you read it on the podcast? I'd be down.
Yes.
I mean,
I would absolutely do that.
Although I like Charlie's reply that already happened. I think it was called Bionicle Revolution.
B-movie revolution.
Don't insult Jerry Seinfeld's masterpiece like that.
Okay, listen. The problem I have with the whole B-movie meme is literally it was a movie that came out and then it just kind of existed. I never personally saw it, but I've seen enough of the memes that it's like, I already know the plot of the whole movie without even watching it.
I watched it in theaters when I was...
Jeez.
Yeah.
Do you kind of regret it, or are you okay with it?
Not really. I liked it. It's not a bad movie.
So, moving to the next question, Alan asks, would you interview someone with osteoporosis?
Sure.
I mean,
We're
why
having
not?
iDubbbz on here.
Oh god. You know, I actually made... a lot of people forgot about it, but it's that stupid. I have osteoporosis, but I slapped Holly Mari's face on top of it.
Oh, God.
So yeah.
All right. So, I think that's the answer we were getting. Let's rapid fire the rest.
Yeah. This is talk about how Max Lewis's mask looks like if Pterodax wore the How.
Kinda.
I mean, I guess it kind of looks like a How mixed with whatever Duma's mask is.
A little bit, like
For
those
real?
little diggly bob things on the bottom lower jowls. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was an
like,
interesting mask, to say the
mask.
least, and I actually do have the Max Lewis set kicking around my house. So.
Yeah.
It's not even a mask.
I think my
it's
greatest
just his
regret is that
face.
I think my
Right.
greatest regret is that isn't actually a mask. Like,
Mhm.
and it looks better than half the masks, than all of the masks we got after that.
A true story. I would personally love to switch Jollar Maury's mask with that one. I think that would be the main.
Oh no, I love the I
Or do
love
you like
Calamari's
Jollar's?
mask.
Eh,
The art front
I'd
is
be
great.
okay with the trade.
I actually
Oh,
really
man.
like all the Toamari's masks.
Well, it would also improve Max more than anything.
Hmm.
Do you understand my point?
Mm-hmm.
I can see it, but
All right. So
I'm happy with
Real
those
talk, the
concepts.
Volatok is like my favorite mask.
Ooh,
So-
oh man. Wait until you see it's really good.
Wait until what?
The RSG Vol attack.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
I've already seen a few preview masks. They've got me in their server, and I've seen a
Mhm.
lot.
I love
One
the
of my
Noble How
favorite-
design.
Mhm.
One of the ones I have had a chance to see because it's my personal mask is the Evoki in both a noble version and also I think I saw mutated version. I could be wrong.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Yeah, I won't say
Anyway.
anything further.
Yeah, let's keep this on the right.
So Axel said, "Oh no, that was Axel's question about Maxwell." Jesua,
Yeah,
I think
just
that's the best way.
Jesua?
Jesua said, "What's your favorite Bionicle set and what's your favorite combination model?" Oh, I mean,
feel
we've
like
had
we've
this question a
answered
lot of
set.
times, but
Combination model.
combination,
one.
we've never had that many questions on combo.
Mm,
I mean, can we talk about non-canon ones? Because I loved the hell out of that Japanese Rockchi combiner that was done.
yeah.
You know,
I
the
would
one that looks like a
honestly
mecha or a samurai.
I would go with a Raha.
What are the Rahaga?
Yeah. I love this.
Sorry, you kind of cut out a little. That's why I cut.
Oh yeah, Rahaga.
I mean, my favorite combiner, we all know that. We all know my favorite.
yeah.
He got feet on his feet. On his feet.
I love the torrent.
Soren Nui is a very enjoyable.
Torin Nui is such a meme.
Yeah.
Right.
I love the idea of the Matoran Nui because like the Mictoran have so few pieces that like bored 4-year-old me would probably have just put it together the Matoran Nui just because.
You know what? I will say there is one in particular I absolutely loved, just because it is so well put together, and it's always driven me nuts. Just seeing it. And this is going to be surprising. G2 Makuta Shadow Titan.
All right. That's all
I
right.
can see that. It's pretty good.
It is one of those models that I'm like, dude, this exists. This is glorious.
Yeah.
I want this. And I
think my actual
even talked to Nick Voss, who was one of the 3 designers behind it. I'm like, dude, please tell me this is something you can build. And he even said, yes, it's buildable. Yes, there are instructions. Yes, these instructions seem accurate. I'm like, done. Eventually, I already have like the first Akimu and Kulta set, you know, the Mazmaker versus whatever Shadow Grinder. I have that box set somewhere just kicking around my house. All I need are like 3 or 4 other sets, and I've got the whole thing made on its own, separate from my own collection.
Yeah.
But I also thought about just buying the parts separately because they are dirt bloody cheap on Bricklink. I could not believe how dirt cheap those parts are.
Model.
Hmm?
It's a great model. I think you should.
It is. The most expensive thing is going to be buying that map, especially if I get it from just like Cyberhand or something.
Yeah.
On
man.
Shapeways.
Yesterday, I found actually has a 3D print. See if I can sneak off some of the RSG files and see if I can print them here.
Well, some of those masks did exist in the Maskposting server, so you might be able to get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I think when it comes to like actual favorite combiner models, I think my favorite is.
You cut out.
Yeah, you cut out.
Fuck. No, I think when it comes to like actual favorite combiner models. Like memes aside, I think mine is Zyglak.
Zyglak's actually a really cool one.
It's
Oh no,
way bigger
I
than
do
that.
have a G1 favorite as well.
Mhm.
Actually, it's gonna sound very odd, but I actually do have all the parts to build him, including the one exclusive piece.
Oh,
I have Ernak.
Ooh.
Ooh,
I can build an Ernak right now if I so chose
I
to.
think
Ernak is nice.
Ernak
That gold
gets
spine
a
is
lot of flack.
amazing.
Yeah, Ernak gets.
Like, good.
I think he looks really cool.
I realize Ernak looks very cheesy in hindsight with like two Baraka heads around the shooter and just this claw full of Zamor. But you know what? Balance wise, the colors are nice. The gold spine with the head with the gold chest and then the gold pieces, and it works. I don't know why it does, but it does. Which, by the way, I also appreciate that Thok or whatever you want to pronounce it, he's not pure white, which is really nice.
It's stupid Thok white, and he.
You know, actually,
Trust
Lego
no
has
Fox.
actually Lego has a name for that color.
Oh God, what is it? Paraka white.
No.
Rubber white.
Light stone gray.
What the fuck?
All right.
As compared to what we consider as gray now, that's considered medium stone gray. So anytime you're in Lego Digital Designer, you notice there's 3 grays at the top on the colors: dark stone, or the dark stone gray, the medium stone gray, and the light stone gray. You're supposed to be building all of your stuff in medium stone gray.
Huh. Makes sense, actually.
And
you're right. That is light stone gray.
Yep. And the funny part about that is classic gray. There is actually another gray that matches that. That's even lighter than standard light gray from the TOA heads from 2001. Those are actually a light gray. There's a gray lighter than that. And internally at the studio that I worked in, we called that Scala gray.
Scala?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like this color because it kind of gives off the impression of like dirty snow.
Oh, and and Scala gray is basically that, but in a yellow tint as compared to a blue tint. So,
well,
it comes in real handy when you're doing like ballast track in your layouts for tracks or for train layouts. It's a beautiful color.
Let's write this train to the next question. Lucas asks, "Can y'all put them bad boys on SoundCloud? YouTube app is horrible for podcasts."
We tried.
So about the SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about this earlier.
I had plans to move it to Bandcamp, but the files were big. So I have to figure out something to get it out on
iTunes.
Yeah, I looked into RSS feed for that, and for an RSS feed we need an actual website. So that's money. So yeah.
Well, that's a discussion we could talk about because technically I do know a website.
Yeah.
I may be willing to help if it's a discussion to be had. But
anyway,
we can have it later.
Did we skip Matthew's question for a reason?
Because we talked about it. We've answered this question like 5 million times.
Yeah. All right. So Lucas also asked if you could or had to remove one thing from Bionicle G1.
We've answered this question too.
2005.
Yeah, and that's the answer you get.
Yeah, like I always answer the Zach Tan coming back for the gold skin being.
I don't remember why.
I mean, the only other thing I could probably remove, or if I had to remove something else from G1 altogether, I mean, that whole stupid plot at the end in the serials they did with the dream, eater thing.
That's the thing. Remove. All of the serials at the end of the storyline, all of them, I would remove them.
Probably.
Damn.
Like they don't lead anywhere. They don't lead anywhere. It doesn't.
You're not entirely wrong.
I mean, if they did lead somewhere, I think where they had the potential to lead is pretty cool.
Yeah, but they didn't get there.
But
I
yeah,
know where
I
you're
think
coming
you're
from,
right.
but,
I see
yeah.
where you're coming from there.
So yeah.
And then last question, Claudio asks, is Swert really alive, or is it a doppel something?
I don't know.
All right, well, that's going to be it for today.
Thank you for tuning in. Remember, you can follow us on Facebook, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, on Tumblr as well. I set up a Tumblr.
Of course you did.
Yeah, and I think that's it.
I would sign up for Tumblr, but I can't seem to get past the bot thing. I can't figure out how to. I wonder why.
You can check the option to confirm. How come?
I don't know. What is this box? Why can't I read this text?
I'll have to fix that bot clicking algorithm.
And in that, good night.
Shutting down.